Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stell, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you along the way. Welcome back to the Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project podcast, the podcast where we talk about emotional eating, binge eating, eating disorder recovery, everything just around getting our lives back on track and finding what I like to call food freedom. Today is just a small little bite-sized binge tip on how to let go of that old binge eating mindset in 2021. So, as I'm recording this episode, we're in the last week of January, and I'm guessing by now you might already be worried that your New Year's resolutions won't stick. So, this is usually where I would fall off the track. I'd be back in like in a binge somewhere. I would have had a naughty wine or naughty chocolate or whatever the case, and all of a sudden, my I would be doubting myself whether I can ever get my binge eating recovery right. So, in the past, my New Year's resolutions would always go something like this: I want to lose X amount of weight, I want to wear a size X, I want to detox and lose X amount of centimeters, I want to work out 7 days a week, I want to run 5 days a week, I want to go to gym 6 times a week, I want to eat clean, I want to train mean, and I only want to eat 1,200 calories. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like something that actually um, comes across in your New Year's resolutions? Well, these were the actual resolutions from my diary that I pulled out from 2017. So just reading these make me feel exhausted, actually. It just feels like this is just too much, and no wonder I always got so overwhelmed. And in episode um episode 9, I think it was, I talked about setting a sankalpa, which is more that heartfelt intention, and we can set those intentions all the time. But I wanted to just give you a couple of tips on how to or little, just what to change, and how to shift your mindset for 2021 in this bite-sized binge tip. So, number one is be kind to your body. And the reason for this, if nothing else, is you have nowhere else to live, love. So, being at war with your body all the time is just not helpful. It's just so counterproductive, and we just bring ourselves down. It just makes life so difficult. Next is falling in love with yourself. We are so hard on ourselves. We fall into these perfectionist mindsets where we just have to be perfect. And if we're not perfect at whatever we try in life, we beat ourselves down. So just falling in love back with yourself. And if you think about, how do you treat a loved one, whether it's your children or your spouse or your partner, or your friends or your family, your colleagues? How do you treat them? You don't bring them down. So bring some of the love back to yourself. Number three is spend time outdoors, get some fresh air, reconnect with nature. It's going to do you the world of good. Nature is just such a great healer in itself. Just getting in the sun gives you that extra vitamin D, which means vitamin D actually helps to reduce depressive thoughts and feelings. So that's really important, just to even just get that little bit of sunshine. The fresh air is amazing. And when we connect, when we walk on the earth, especially if we walk on the ground, we get back into our roots. We stimulate our root chakra, our root energy centers, and that's really just so amazing. Another thing that's important is make time for me. If you read or listen back to my New Year's resolutions in 2017, can you find any time in there for me? Hell no, there was no time. I was just exercising, working, and the rest of the scraps was given to my husband and Kaiser, our dog. So, and sometimes I'd socialize with friends. So there was no time for me, and unfortunately, when there is no time for me, we can't connect back to ourselves, we can't grow, and we also can't learn that we learn how we are in the world. We can't learn how we react to emotions when we are not connected to ourselves. Another one is nourish your mind. We spend so much time thinking about food and how to make up for food and all the rest, that we actually just occupy our mind just with that one thing. So find things that stretches your mind, find things that will actually help you think out of the box. And whether you take on like Sudoku puzzles or word wheels, or take on a new course, anything that's going to just really stretch your mind. Our mind is also part of us. We need to um, keep that going. Otherwise, we're going to start feeling like we don't have purpose. Another one is take breaks often. So taking breaks when whatever you're doing just gives your body time to decompress and rest. Such a beautiful way to spend your day. I recommend this to all my clients. It's just a beautiful way to celebrate our bodies. It reduces the cortisol in our nervous system, which means we can find more of that peace and quiet and calm in our bodies. Don't feel like we always on edge. And last is actually finding some silent time. And silent time is just being in contemplation or in meditation, whether, or just even journaling, just being more reflective instead of always giving out and into the world. So this way, this mindset, as you can see, there's no measures, talking of measures of calories or anything like that. So if you start bringing this kind of mindset to your day and to your month and to your year, so much more will happen to you compared to all those other things that we occupy our minds with. So I would love to know if you want to come and chat and in the comments in my show notes. What are you planning for this year? What are your big goals? And how are you going to incorporate some of these new mindsets into your life? I can't wait to see you in the next episode. As always, like and subscribe, tell a friend. If you would like to come and chat to me, book a 20-minute consultation. It is at the bottom of this podcast, wherever you're listening to, and it's in the show notes. Come and chat to me, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Estelle Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.